Hello everybody, welcome back to Spruverse, my scale model universe, people of Earth. Welcome to the continuation of the Space 1999 Comlock and Stun Gun build. Now, if you go back in time just a little bit, you will find part one of this build where I actually build the Comlock. And I decided to sort of put it aside because I had some other pressing things I had to deal with, but I needed to finish the model. And so this is going to be part two of that build, a continuation of the build really, where we're going to get this stun gun put together. This is the kit. For those of you who have this on your shelf, you know what I'm about to say. That's right. Get it off the shelf and build it. I mean, I'm a fine one to talk, obviously, but here it is. This is this is from MPC. It is readily available, and I believe if you go reach out to Steve over at culttvman, he has it. And then, of course, there's a couple of additions that I have been using with these builds. The first edition was because you have to. You got to go out and you got to get yourself some AZTEK Dummy Masks. That's right. You got to go get your masks, and I have my masks. Here is Lou's. Here is Lou's instructions, and it's a really nice masking set that you get with this. And for the stun gun, you're going to get all your vinyl and your colored parts as well. And so you can you can create a very nice finish for this. So that's cool, and I think that's important to have. The second thing you're going to want to get is you're going to want to get a lighting kit for it. Now I have gone to Randy Newbeck, a good friend, over at Voodoo Effects. If you don't know Randy and you don't know his site, you need to go check him out. That's voodooeffects.com, and just scroll down in his on his page, and you'll see the stun gun lighting kit, and you can pick that up. So we're using that, and his instructions are excellent. And here's them's are, or they's are, or those are. And we're following along, and he'll show you how to put the lighting kit into your build. You'll obviously follow your stun gun instructions as I'm doing, and then you're going to choose between the kind of switch assembly do you want. Do you want a season 1 assembly, or do you want a season 2? We're going with season 2, and it's just a choice, really. The difference is in the switch itself. So what we're doing now is we're getting ready to put everything together. Now this requires two switches that come with this lighting kit. The first is the momentary switch, and that is going to trigger the stun effect that's going to light up the front of it. And the second one that you're going to get is a slide switch, and here that is. And what I've done is I've already trimmed this to allow the switch cover, the slide, to sit over this, and so it can slide this into the various positions. So we've done that already, and that is drying as we speak. So that's a good thing. And then all I've got to do now is I've got to get myself some holes here, and I've just got to chew out a little bit in the back here for my LEDs to go in. Being very careful to get this as minimalistic as possible, because all of these have to bend and go up, and they have to go around, and they have to come all the way down to here, which is where your battery box is going to live, like that, just with two AAAs. and that's going to sit like that. So everything has to be jammed into here. It can be done, but we just have to be a little frugal with how much wire we're using. But a lot of fun. Now, what I've done basically is I gave this a basic sort of metal color, silver color, and the other components are the handle and the tip of the hilt. That's black. And the switch tops are black. There is a couple of little chrome pieces here. If you wanted to, you could absolutely strip these and repaint these, and they probably would look a little cleaner. I'm not doing that. Why are you not doing that, Phil? You ask. Well, I just think I don't think I need to. Now, this is I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to. All right. It could be laziness, it could be a whole bunch of other things. But as you're watching this build and scratching your head and going, what is he doing? I'm dropping this into my 1/650 Helios build, because this is, if you're watching this 5 years from now, which would be in 2029, you'll realize that in 2024, I was building a Helios 1/650 Enterprise D, and I got all caught up and I was waiting for parts and things to happen, so I needed an intermission. I've had one intermission. This is intermission number 2, where we're finishing up the stun gun. Okay, more information than most of you needed, but hey, what can I tell you? So the only other thing that I'm doing, which I at Wonderfest last year came across this great company that I've talked to you about, and I'll leave information on where you can get your masks, your lighting kit, and of course your turned metal pieces if you want to upgrade to those. But here them's are. Let me show you these close up. So you're going to get your stun emitters. You're going to get 4 of those, and you're going to get some turn knobs. And that's what comes with the upgrade kit. And I think it's going to add a certain amount of swagger to my build. So I'm very, very, very happy about that. Okay, so what I've got to do now is I'm going to put resistors on my LEDs. I'm going to chew out the back here of the let me show you here. I'm going to chew these out a little more, so that what happens is my metal part will sit in here like this, and then I just need to make a little more room, because I'm not sure I have enough. I might have enough room. Actually, you know what I think I do? I don't think I have to chew anything out. I think I'm in good shape. Yeah, I think I should be okay. I'm not sure why. Maybe because he was using a little fatter of an LED. I don't know, but these are definitely the ones he's supplied. Randy, are, I think they're fine. They are, and they are. How about them? How about that? So you can actually put this emitter in, and you can actually stick this in, and you're fine, and it's going to look like that. So I don't have to chew anything out. What am I talking about? There you go. That looks fine. And you can, in fact, you could take that all the way to the end if you wanted to. You can take that wherever you want. I'm going to take it to the back here, because there's a natural place for it there's a natural lip for that to all sit in there nicely. So there you go. So I'm going to get resistors on my LEDs. I'll bring over my black switches and parts, and we'll start to look at how this lighting kit sits in this stun gun. And hopefully during this this one-day build, I'm giving myself 1 day to do this. Now, you don't give yourself 1 day. You take as long as you need. Don't be thinking that because I do this in a day, you've got to do it in a day. Nay, nay. You have all the time in the world to enjoy yourself and put this together. I will be enjoying myself, but I've got so much going on in the shop that I really could only afford to take a day. Isn't that, what a high-class problem, right? Okay, let's plow on. Well, it took a little while to get this hooked up, and I'll tell you why. This switch here, if you're going to use the sliding switch, let me get this here for you. If you're going to use this switch, now I've got some cleaning up to do, but and it's there we go. But you know, it's a little goofy, but I've got to clean it up. But if you're going to use this switch and you need it to be able to slide forward and back, it's a little tricky. So anyway, there's forward. And when it's forward, you get your red light going on like that, which is one version of the stun, I suppose. And when you go to the back trigger effect, you get your blues, and that's essentially it. And the center switch is off, and it will all neatly sort of drop into this handle now. There's plenty of room for it. And it's, you know, it's a relatively, I don't want to say, I mean, I don't want to sound arrogant here. It is a relatively simple process to put this together. As long as you follow Randy's explanation, it's very clean. It's a very, very clean explanation, and there's no issues whatsoever. If you have never done this before, I do think it's possible for someone who's just starting out to put this together. Just go to the very back, and there's an explanation of how LEDs work, and it'll explain to you anode, cathode, and you know your longer lead on your LED is your positive, and your shorter is your negative. And as long as you read the instructions, you shouldn't get bogged down. Okay, so everything is working. I've tested everything and I'm very happy with it. What I've got to do now is just install this switch and then clean up all my wiring. And once I've done that, we'll be ready to close this up and start working on the finishing touches to the exterior. And that will put this stun gun together. So it's coming along quite nicely, and I'm excited about being able to put the metal parts in it, because I think they'll make a huge difference, as will the external parts as well. Now in Lou's kit, in his kit, I'm going to pull it out here because you get lots of stuff. You're going to get your colored decals, which I have. You're going to get colored vinyl. I do have the decals, but he provides you with some color, and he also provides you with the masks to go ahead and paint the pieces you want to paint. But curiously, the yellow, all the different colors, they come in Lou's kit. He's actually done all the work for you. So if I show you here, he provides those. So you don't actually have to use the decals, and you do not have to paint if you don't want to. So you've got choices, and it's really appreciated. And I think this particular kit from Lou was very well thought out, and it's a lot of fun to have. So I would definitely pick this up if you want to. It's AD74. When you go to culttvman, if you're going to pick up the stun gun Comlock kit, here it is. It's AD74. That's what you're going to be asking for or looking for. And and now in the UK, Keith over at COZMIC Scale also he also is now distributing the masks too. So if you're watching from the UK, Keith over at COZMIC Scale will have your masks for you. Okay. So I'm going to continue to clean this up, and then we'll take a look at what we've got to do to pretty up the exterior and get this get this stun gun finished. Well, the stun gun went together extremely well. It's not complicated to put together, and you know, it's a nice scale. I've got some pretty big hands, and this works really well. So what I have done is I have attached my handle and my hub, which is supposed to hold this all together, with a friction fit. I've just put just a little dab of hot glue, nothing, just a little dab. If you pulled on it, it will come off. But I did that deliberately because I want to make sure that it stays on, and that's probably the best way for me to do it. The stun gun, the stun gun itself has these wonderful metal parts from Mike's, and those turnings look really nice. As I think you'll agree. And I've tried to put some patina on this just to make it look old. Now I am having a little bit of trouble with the friction fit on the side here, but I can feel that if I squeeze that hard enough, that will come together. So I can feel it. But it's just not a great friction fit. Maybe I just got unlucky. But the idea is you want this to be able to actually be taken apart anyway, so that you can either change out an LED if you chose to, or certainly replace the batteries when they go down. I've also found myself these little acrylic shoe stands. I found these on Amazon. You can get these in packs of 10 or 20. They're not expensive, but it makes a wonderful stand for your stun gun. It sits on there beautifully. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add these little acrylic parts. Here they are. They're clear. And what these parts do is they attach to the various different boxes here to raise the profile on your stun gun. And I'm going to just attach these with a little bit of crystal clear and just let those set up. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And then after those are set up, I'm going to go ahead and attach loose vinyl. And that will also give me the decorative areas here that are wonderfully, they're wonderfully sort of called out in his instructions, just beautifully laid out. He really makes it easy for you to follow along. So we've got these black lines, these elements that belong on the on here on the corner and on the side, that just sort of, they add a little detail to it, and they'll finish it off. There's also a little black a circle that is supposed to go on the inside of the turned. I'm using the turned aluminum, but if you're using the plastic part, you're going to go ahead and put that black dot on it. Now, if you are going to use the parts that come with the kit, I do highly recommend that you go ahead and strip them and repaint them. I think you'll be happier you did that. Okay, let me go ahead and put these little acrylic bumps on, or these clear parts I should say, and then we'll go ahead and we'll finish it up, and we'll take a look at the final thing. Okay, I've been putting on loose vinyl masks, and they make a huge difference. I've just got a couple more to do here. I've got a green and a yellow. And you can actually use he on his paint mask set. He actually has these already. They're already on there. So it's just a matter of transferring these over. Now, if you were of a mind to light this, you could light these, and Randy Nubik gives you the ability to do that. He gives you those LEDs. So if you are of a mind to do that, you can. And so that's, I think, just a clean and nicer way to do these is to use the vinyl from AZTEK Dummy, and just lay those down. Now you could certainly paint these if you wanted to, There's no reason to not, but I think you get a much crisper look with the vinyl. And so all that's left here is I've got one more black button to go on, then all the vinyl is on. And it's looking pretty good. And that just sits right there. And there you have it. Beautiful. It's looking really nice. Very clean. And of course, when you use this acrylic stand, it sits in and you get a really nice finish. So absolutely love that. Couldn't be happier with that result. And you know, it's not complicated. It's not a complicated build. It's a lot of fun, and it goes beautifully with that Comlock. So we'll do a little beauty shot here with the two together, so you can see them together. We'll lower the lights, and I'll get some beauty shots, and then we'll get some final thoughts. Well, as long as it took for me to get this stun gun completed, because I took a break from it for a million other projects that I just get pulled to, you know, shiny object up there, shiny object, and I run to it. It's like, it's that sad. And I don't know how you guys are, but you know, I'll start building something, and then I'll start thinking, oh, I'd love to start that, and I'll love to start this, and all of a sudden I've got 5 projects in various forms of build that end up in my, you know, cubbies, and I've got containers, and I keep everything separated, and then all of a sudden when that shelf starts to get full, I really have to stop myself and have a life check, because you really, in my opinion, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do it. Finish your models, get them on display where they should be, because it's definitely worth it. Hey, absolutely loving what I've done here, and I'm really super happy with the way they turned out. They're both lit, and you know, they're full scale prop replicas, really, and they're beautiful, and you know, they deserve to be together. This is really a great kit. You know, here's the kit. That's how it comes. I'm sure a lot of you have this. A lot of you have built this. I really recommend it. It's great fun, and if you're a Space 1999 fan, like I certainly am and was, you're going to want this in your collection. Don't forget, there are 3 elements to this that are aftermarket, but well worth it, right? So you have got Lou Del Maso, the AZTEK dummy. You've got his mask set, and that's available. Here that is. Definitely a must if you're building these. Definitely a must, in my opinion. You've got Randy Newbert's lighting kit. That's available from Randy Newbert. That's voodooeffects.com. I'll put that in the description. And then, of course, from Canada, you've got Mike's Machinery, who was available. He was at Wonderfest, and he was selling machine parts, not just for this, but for the Eagles, the Hawk. He's got a lot of stuff, and he also, as I understand it, he'll turn things for you, and they're not expensive, outrageously expensive for other kits. So definitely worth checking him out. But there you have it. This is the Comlock and stun gun from MPC. And I hope you build it. It's a lot of fun, and you know, they're both they sort of belong together. So I'm glad now finally they are ultimately together where they should be, and not in parts in a box. Okay, so that's it for my intermission build while I'm waiting for Lou's masks. This is 2024. We are in October, so if you are finding this video later in life, you'll know what that's all about. Part 1 of this was done on the channel this year, so several months ago. So if you want to see me building the Comlock, I do that as well. And that is also that also has the machine parts on it, Lewis masks, and of course the Mike's Machinery turned aftermarket parts are on that as well. Hey, if you want to get a hold of me, I'm spruverse@gmail.com. I'm posting most days on my Instagram account, which is @spruverse. You can buy me a cup of coffee if you want to. That link is on my channel page. And that's for my charitable builds, and it goes to a great cause. And it's also a great way of saying, hey, I enjoy your content. But hey, as always, we're going to keep building the 650. Lou has threatened me that my masks are imminent. They're imminent. So I'm getting excited that I can keep going on this build. But hey, as always, I wish all of you, please, be safe, be well, build something, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Be well.